Goddamn. Goddamn, guys.
You know,
We gave Saturday night's main event a chance. Again.
they really, really should be counting their blessings that the next time the Saturday night's main event airs, it's going to feature the final match of John Cena. Because this is nights like tonight are this is exactly why we don't review Saturday night's main events. This fucking show sucked. Like straight up, I thought the show sucked. The show was fucking boring. As my God, the show, it was just boring, man. I think a fucking plain burger would have been less boring than this Saturday night's main event. Man, we gave the show a chance again, and yet again this show has let me down again. Wonderful.
Again, let us down. This show was so just lame and boring, lifeless, dude. Sat here for a few hours and watched God knows what, man, because it just happened, dude. This show is the definition of just happened. It was boring. It was lifeless. Commentary was just going crazy all night for nothing, for the lamest, most stale shit you could imagine. And, happy for Jey Uso, or not Jey Uso, for CM Punk. My apologies for CM Punk. But goddamn, that match was awful, dude. I'm sorry. That was the sloppiest, most gas slugfest I've ever had to watch in that main event, dude. And then that opener, just Cody Rhodes just packing up Drew McIntyre again. God, and then I can't wait for you guys to see Baldy at it again, fucking in his social media post. What a lame ass night, dude. What a lame, boring ass night. Horrible, lame as hell.
Yeah, again, man. I mean, there's a reason. There's a reason we do not normally take on these Saturday night's main event shows, and it's because of nights like tonight, man. I mean, that was absolutely atrocious. In my honest opinion, man, that was, it was just fucking boring, dude. It's like nothing happens on these shows. And first of all, let me get to talking about this whole, Peacock thing.
Oh yeah.
So I pay for Peacock Premium because obviously, Peacock was on, WWE was on Peacock for a while. And I thought I was going to get rid of Peacock, but they actually have a lot of interesting shows that I want to watch, and they do have Twisted Metal, so I'm kind of linked to Peacock at the hip now. But I pay for Peacock Premium. I pay the, $18 a month or whatever that it is for the service, right? Now we're getting ads. We're getting fucking ads on the show. And it's just like, dude, I pay for the... Oh, am I on ESPN Plus? I mean, why am I watching ads right now when I pay for the highest tier of this platform that allows me to not get ads?
I thought the whole purpose of moving around to Peacock was to get rid of the time frame and the ads. But you have full commercial breaks like I'm watching Raw during each match and segment. What? How does that make sense? What is the purpose to this thing then? Well, it makes no sense, dude. I hate the Saturday Night's Main Event formula, dude. It is horrible. I'm sorry. It doesn't work. It's the most rushed, lame thing every time. What I say every time about these things, scrap this shit and turn Saturday Night's Main Event into one of your yearly pay-per-views you could pull out and do. It's got the whole retro theme, whatever, and you do that instead. This whole couple of these a year, and they're the quickest, most boring, useless thing in the world. It's a garbage format, dude. You literally have Battle of the Belts for WWE.
Yeah, you do. And my other critique, we're on Peacock now. This is streaming. I'm looking at it right in the poster to the show. Streaming exclusively on Peacock. Yet, we still have this hard 2-hour cutoff. Which I can say, I'm glad it worked a little bit better tonight because they only had 4 matches on the show. Normally they do 5, and it's really rushed. However, that's also probably another reason why people don't watch these shows, is because there's only 4 matches. And no, I'm not saying you need to go complete AEW and give us 16 matches on the card so we can feel like we're getting our money's worth. But at least if it's going to be a 2-hour or well, first of all, it shouldn't be a 2-hour show. It should at least be 2.5, I think. And you should at least have 5 matches, man. This show does no good when I can honestly look at every one of these matches and truthfully fucking tell you there was not a match of the fucking night.
No, there wasn't. They were all generic, boring, too quick, too fucking sluggy. It was lame, dude. This whole night was lame. None of the matches hit. They all just happened. Any of these matches could have happened on Raw or SmackDown. There would have been no difference. Actually, probably would have enhanced it because you get a grander event on television, which helps television. Instead of putting this shit on, this is why you don't do this many pay-per-view style shows a year, and this is why your television is so useless, is because the shit you did tonight, you could have had a banger-ass Raw and did some of this shit. You could have had a banger episode of SmackDown, crowned a new champion, banger episode of Raw, crown a new champion. Do this shit on TV for once. Scrap this shit. Put your energy into your television, and it would actually fucking matter. But you're doing these useless ass nothing burger shows. And you feel like it. There's no match of the night. There's no feeling of the night. It's all fluff. We're 45 minutes in, and the second match is just starting. Because we're watching ads. We're watching a rollback for the teaser for fucking WrestleMania again. Martin Scorsese he's not there, but he's got to be on TV still. You got to play that fucking ad. You got to run back everything that happened in the week with WWE. Holy fluff. And not only that, but but in between the fluff, the actual shit you're there for is lame and boring. Why do these shows fucking exist? I don't get it.
Yeah, and that's not to mention they wanted to show us probably it had to have been about 26 times. They had to remind us that Post Malone was in the crowd. And that was before, that was after they were showing us Tony Dorkcliffe fucking winded up his ear like fucking Hulkster as if the crowd was going to pop for him. And they did nothing.
They did nothing for that man. And literally, like you said, dude, every 2 seconds, oh,
Post Malone's loving this.
Post Malone just can't believe that kick out. I don't give a fuck. White Iverson came out like 8 years ago, bro. I don't care. I don't care if he's in the crowd popping, dude. If it's 2015, 2016, all right, you got something there. I don't give a fuck about country fucking Post Malone personally. So I don't give a fuck about his reaction to this match. I don't give a fuck. First of all, y'all two commentators are overreacting. They were going crazy during the show, and this show fucking bored the fuck out of me. First of all, y'all are ear bleeding, and then you're just talking about Post Malone half the fucking show. Holy celebrity fucking TKO shit, dude. It's sickening. It's sickening.
Yeah, again, it's just every 2 seconds. Oh, Post Malone. Oh, Post Malone's loving this. Post Malone's loving this. Dog. Again. Okay, if he wants to fucking be there and have a good time, be my fucking guest. But dude, you do not have to reiterate to me more times than I can fucking count that Post Malone is in the crowd and he's having a good time. I don't really care. No. I don't really fucking care. I like his old music. I have many of his songs in my playlist. I think he's a fucking great artist. Again, like Circasa, I don't really dip into country Post Malone. I'm not really a country guy.
White Iverson's peak.
100%. 100%. If it's not if it's not the Snme album
or Beer Bongs and Bentleys
or Beer Bongs and Bentleys, then
I don't care.
I mean, some of his later R&B stuff right before he went to full country is good. I like some of his just
Sunflower
kind of like singing type of vibe. But yeah, once he got into country, I was done. I've never even heard any of his country music. I'm just not a country music person personally. But again, great. He loves wrestling. I don't fucking care. What the fuck? Again, I like Posty, but yo, you don't gotta tell me every 2 seconds that he's in the crowd having a fucking great time. Do you care about me? Because I'm fucking sitting at home having a horrible time right now. I'm
sitting here bored out of my fucking mind watching your fucking show, and you're freaking out about Post Malone's reaction. Get our reaction. Get us damn near slumped sitting down watching this shit. What? Like, dude, this show is so goddamn boring, dude. Why do they continue this shit?
I don't
get it.
I don't understand. Sharp Sex says Post Malone pre-country was peak.
That's true. That show was fire.
Man, yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, his rap and even like his R&B stuff. I can listen to some R&B like I think Leon Thomas is considered R&B music.
Most definitely.
So yeah, I could get down with some R&B, but yes, Post Malone, Beer Bongs and Bentleys, Stoney, all that stuff is peak work from him in my honest opinion. Hollywood, I think it's Hollywood Bleeding was okay too. He had some good ones on there, and then obviously, you know, he's got some singles like Sunflower. Oh no, Sunflower was technically an album, but it's a movie album.
Yeah,
but you get it. You get the point. I just don't like country Post Malone.
No, I don't.
It's just again,
not for me.
I never even fucking listened to it, but I do hear from people that like country that he's not really that good at the genre. So It is what it is. But yes, Post Malone pre-country was definitely peak stuff. That was a great. Still some tracks that still get played to this very day. But yeah, I mean, again, and also, dude, did you really have to show me Tony Hinchcliffe? I don't know. It's just his fucking face. I truly can. I cannot stand that dude, man. I don't know if that one time he did commentary on Monday Night Raw really just put a bad taste in my mouth, but bro, ever since that day, I can't even look at his fucking face. He is so horrible, man. He annoys me, and this is a wild fucking take, but it's true. He fucking annoys me more than Excalibur and Tony Schiavone. Yes.
No, yeah, dude. He has that like nasally, annoying dork voice that you just can't stand to fucking listen to. I can't stand the dude. I really can't. And nobody popped for him because why would they?
I could legitimately listen to Tony Schiavone and Excalibur sound like they're gonna fucking cream themselves over nothing on AEW Dynamite like they fucking do every week, more than I would want to listen to Tony Hinchcliffe. He is an absolute fucking dork. Fucking sitting there winding his fucking ear like he's Hulk Hogan, and the fucking place is gonna erupt when they see him.
Get the fuck out of here.
Which is funny, because the very next guy they went on to, which was Post Malone.
Huge reaction.
Huge fucking reaction for Post Malone. Like, dude, nobody knows you.
Nobody likes you, and people that do know you don't like you.
Fuck. I can't even remember what dude was saying when he was on Monday Night Raw, but I remember he was like trying to make jokes. And he was just the worst.
Oh, it was just so like, it was so desperate for jokes, man. It really was. I've seen that desperateness a few times, man. And Tony Hinchcliffe was one of those times, man.
One of the worst performances I've ever seen in my life.
It's not the worst, though, unfortunately.
No. I don't know, man. How are you guys feeling, bro? How did you guys think the show went? As you can see by the graphics, this was from Salt Lake City, Utah. And yeah,
beautiful graphics.
This was your thank you. This was your 41st edition of Saturday Night's Main Event, and the 41st, unlike number 41, Dirk Nowitzki, this number 41 fucking sucked. Yeah, it was this was about as opposite ends of the world as you can get from Dirk Nowitzki, bro, who is my favorite basketball player of all time. And this was one of my least favorite shows of all time. So again, I reiterate, these number 41s were about as far a fucking apart as you can get than Excalibur and Tony Schiavone come to having a good night of commentary. So
there you go.
My God, it was horrible. It was horrible. This was an awful 41st edition of Saturday Night's Main Event. Again, this was supposed to be something, and again, going to Peacock, all I could think is, this is going to be cool.
It's gonna be,
you know what I mean? It's gonna, it'll be a little more free, right? It'll be a little more free for. It'll be a little more, handcuffs off, more of just a fun show to have. And they still cut us off at this 2-hour time limit. So, and then proceed to give us the card that they gave us, which, my fucking God, when are you gonna, that's a whole nother topic. Mm-hmm. When are you gonna learn to give us matches that people actually want to see on these shows? Especially, may I ask?
These shows, these very just match-heavy shows, where it kind of just, you don't really get a story half the time going to the Saturday Night's Main Event. You just get half one, but you should be there for the match, but they don't know how to do like a should be there for the match kind of matchup card. And you put Jey Uso and CM Punk in the main event to this show. That is the exact opposite of what you should be doing here. Why wasn't Dragunov on this show? Can you throw us a bone? You couldn't have put Dragunov on this show having a match.
Dude,
something.
He literally is doing a U.S. Open. Why you couldn't have had him go out on SmackDown last night and just say, I normally hold my U.S. Open on SmackDown.
But this week,
I'm going to do it on Saturday
instead.
At Saturday night's main event.
Exactly. Huge, dope ass shit. People will go crazy. Like, why can't we get Dragunov? Or why that? This is your time to Tony Khan it up with the matches, and you don't do it. You put on quite the opposite. You put on the most boring, predictable matches. You put Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre like 5 on this show. You put CM Punk and Jey Uso on this show. What did you expect to happen? What did you expect the quality of match to be here? And who booked these matches, too? Both of those matches were some of the most oddly booked, awkward matches I've ever watched, dude. I don't know what they're doing with Cody. Holy shit, why does he wrestle so awkward now? Is it just me, or does he wrestle so fucking awkward now? I don't know why. He doesn't know what he is. Because he doesn't know what he is. He's a fucking Boy Scout, but he's not. I don't fucking get it, dude. I don't understand this company anymore. I really don't.
I'll say this again. I can almost guarantee you, if you told Tony Khan to put together a card that was going to last 2 hours and we need 4 matches out of you,
that shit would have been the craziest 4 matches of your life.
This motherfucker would have put together the most cracked out 4 matches you would have ever seen in your fucking life. I mean, this dude would have Okada, Takeshita, Swerve and Hangman, Ospreay and Danielson, and fucking fucking the Young Bucks versus the Usos on this fucking show. And this would have been the most cracked out fucking episode of Saturday night's main event. This would have been the most godly edition of Saturday night's main event that you would have ever seen in your fucking life, man. And WWE is giving us Cody and Drew and fucking CM Punk and Jey Uso.
You couldn't, dude. You couldn't have gave. Imagine. I had to say it a WrestleMania ago, and I have to say here. Imagine LA Knight in this position. Imagine him in that Damian Priest position. Right now, imagine him in this position. It would have actually been a good match. Him and Punk, they just have good chemistry. And LA Knight's a good fucking wrestler. So you would have had a really good main event in there. But you didn't. You had a gassed ass slop fest. Jey Uso was just flopping around like a damn fish that whole fucking match. CM Punk looked annoyed that whole match. That was horrible. That was atrocious, dude. This is what you're putting on? A match-heavy card. You put Jey Uso in the main event. Are you that stupid? You couldn't put Sheamus in there? You couldn't put him in that IC title match for the fuck of it? You couldn't have done something, dude. You couldn't have done fucking something. This is what you put on. Thanks, dog. Thanks, Baldy. Thanks, man. Thanks, Martin Scorsese.
I don't know what Martin's up to these days, but man, I can tell you he is putting together some absolute dog shit, bro.
This is dog shit, dude.
What in the blue hell did you done put together and then not even show up for?
You don't even show up for. You're more focused on the cinematography for a WrestleMania ad that you tease for some reason when we know the location and date and everything involved in it. And then you don't even show up to this, the actual wrestling show that it's your job to produce. Fuck. God damn it. Almost dropped the mic, man. This is how fucking bullshit this is. This is Triple H right here. Dropping the fucking mic. God damn it. This is horrible.
Yeah, Martin fucking Scorsese's got my guy so worked up over here. The fucking mic almost took a nosedive to the ground.
Did.
Dude, I don't understand how hard. I don't understand how this is so hard for Triple H. To put together. All you have to do is put together 4 fucking matches that are gonna deliver.
That's all you gotta do.
4 fucking matches that are gonna deliver. Again, like I just said, man, you give that task to Tony Khan, I guarantee you we're fucking getting John Cena and Edge on this fucking show. I guarantee you we're getting CM Punk and Bryan Danielson facing off. I mean, What the fuck? We would dead ass probably get like Ilya Dragunov versus Will Ospreay on one of these fucking cards if it was up to Tony Khan. And you look at fucking Martin Scorsese over here, and he's on top of Allegiant Stadium filming a fucking entrance inside of the fucking L in Allegiant because he's a loser.
He's a loser. He misses the spotlight. He's mad he can't wrestle anymore or something. And he's got to be everywhere. He's got to be on the poster. He's got to be in the ads. And he's got to be Mr. Director, man. Fucking pointing and talking. Telling them what they're going to feel when the music hits and shit. Guess what? I feel nothing when anything hits. Thanks to you.
I don't know, dude. This is, I don't know. This is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand, man. The laziness. The laziness just is it's really starting to speak volumes, bro. It really fucking is. So we're gonna what's that?
I'm just reading the thing right now.
So we have the first match that was on the show was the WWE Championship match, which they added later last night on SmackDown. They added to this match that if Cody Rhodes were to get disqualified or counted out, he would lose the championship. Okay, let's fucking stop right there. You went from having a lose-lose situation to a lose-lose-lose-lose situation. You some fucking how
made it worse.
Found a way for Drew McIntyre to look even worse.
They did remember when they did that to Dolph Ziggler?
Yes.
They did that exact same dumb shit to Dolph Ziggler. And they made some. The Dolph Ziggler one was worse because I think the stipulation is if there's any disqualification, he just wins the title, and he still lost. So that was even worse. They really did that man bogus. But this is horrible. What a horribly stupid stipulation here, bro. So he lost. He lost still, and he had every opportunity to win. Why didn't he just knock him out, leave him on the outside? Why wasn't that his tactic? And that's why you don't add dumb stipulations like this. If you're not going to book around the stipulation, don't add it. Because this was the most normal, basic match in the world where he didn't try to use the stipulation to his favor in the slightest. He didn't. He didn't. The whole match, if a booker books this stipulation, why are you not booking Drew McIntyre throughout that match to constantly try to get Cody out of the ring, a fight on the outside to try to get that count out?
Yep.
Why would you not book it like that? You booked the most normal, basic match that he still lost. When you booked a stipulation for that man to have a very clear-cut path to victory, and he lost because he didn't even play the path. What? Martin, what are you doing here?
They made him. They made him look like an. They made him look like an apps. They made him look like an absolute goof, man. I mean, they ran one fucking spot that again didn't even make sense. It made Drew look like a fucking. It made him look like an idiot, dude. I will say, before we get started, what is going on, everybody?
Oh yeah,
we did not cover any of our usual stuff at all. So what's going on? How's everybody doing? Thank you guys for joining us. If this is your first time watching, guys, do not know how the show works. Every Tuesday, 12 p.m. Central, we are live with Unscripted. Every Friday, 3 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news and for pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW. We are live, excluding most of the Saturday night's main events. We are live on here directly after with the post-show review. However, we will be live for the next one because it's John Cena's final match. I digress. But, yes, we are live directly after all the pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW. We will be back on here in another 2 or 3 weeks with AEW's Full Gear. So there's that, man. If you guys did miss yesterday's edition of the news, that is available for you guys on all platforms. That is Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And if you want to see it first, join us right here live on YouTube every Friday at 3 p.m. Central, man. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man, where you get this beautiful piece of NHP merchandise, man. Also, or as well, again, that is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. Also, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man, Sir K. What are you smiling about today, man?
Yeah, that's a great question, right? I actually don't think I have the answer this time, man. I think, tonight was very astonishing. This weekend as a whole has been very astonishing to myself. But I'm here, man. But I'm here. I love talking to you guys, with you, about this fucking Martin Scorsese wannabe and what he's doing with this company, man. So love talking about that. Here to talk about this fucking boring ass show, and I'm here, man. That's what matters the most. We are here and we are present in the now. And sometimes the now is boring, and that was tonight. So we're here to talk about it, man. But overall, I had a very interesting, astonishing weekend. But I'm doing good overall, man. November looks very interesting. It does. So, so I'm excited for that, man. Excited for that, man. The greatest month of the year, October, is now come to a close, and it was fast, man. Time's been going by. Time's been flying by. And I've been good, man. I've been good. Like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. Family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing watching the replay? What about you, bro? How are you doing?
Not too bad, bro. Not too bad. Yeah, it's definitely been... It's definitely been a weekend. It's definitely been a weekend. I can say that. Yeah, a lot of astonishing is a great word. A lot of stuff going on this weekend, man. A lot of stuff going on this weekend. But we are here now with Saturday night's main event, and that's what matters now, man. So
exactly.
But other than that, I'm not too bad. I'm doing okay. Man. Yeah, it's some things just are what they are, bro. But yeah, nothing really, man. Nothing really. Enjoying that. Got a chance to set up all the Christmas stuff today.
Awesome.
So that's obviously fun to see. I love seeing the whole vibe of the Christmas tree, the pine smells and whatnot. All that Christmas vibe type stuff is always great. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But other than that, nothing too much, man. But as Durante always asks, I am good. How about you, Durante, Logan, Bell, Gotti? We got my guy JT in the house, and we got Sharp, SEC or Sharp Sec.
How you doing, man?
How are you guys doing? And thank you guys for joining us, as always, for your first Saturday night's main event post-show review since the original return of Saturday night's main event last December. I think that was like December 14th or something like that. This is the first one since then. We did not do another Saturday night's main event for a reason. That reason was exactly what this show was tonight. The first Saturday night's main event was boring. It was absolutely fucking boring. And this one was absolutely fucking boring as well. So, yeah, that's at this point, that's really the only way you can encapsulate the Saturday night's main event vibe, I guess, if you will, man. So they suck. They absolutely suck. JT says it's too early for Christmas stuff. Hey, man, the vibes don't lie, bro. The vibes don't lie, and sometimes the Christmas vibes just
the one you need.
They're the ones you need, bro. They just up the spirits.
They do. They make you feel good
for sure, man. So, One would say that though, and in some world that probably is a very valid argument, being that it is November 1st. But hey, man, it is what it is. But yes,
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre.
You know, Cody's just weird now, dude. I don't know, man. Anytime you watch him, the way he moves, the way he talks, it's so politic and fake, and I can't with this dude. I really can't with this dude. The more and more I see him, the more and more I just get a sour taste in my mouth every time he's on television.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I definitely get that, man. Cody, I don't know. Cody is just at a state right now that is just very, which I don't know. I'm very scared for what's happening with I'm just very scared with what is happening to the way they just are wanting to book Cody Rhodes, man. It's just very it's very boring. It's very formulaic, and it just, to me, it's just not all that interesting, to be honest, man. It's just really not all that interesting, you know. And the reason I say I'm scared for it is because I don't see Cody Rhodes dropping this championship with a clear path to actually dropping the championship that doesn't, you know, involve him sneaking around back to the back door and just winning it back through the back door and just winning it back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, because again, like we said it yesterday in the predictions, I didn't even really want Drew to win this match at some point because, or I didn't even really want Drew to win this match because at some point I know Cody Rhodes is probably just going to win it back, and what I was thinking was he was just going to win it back, you know,
Royal Rumble or something.
At Survivor Series or Royal Rumble, something like that. I just envisioned him just winning it right back. And so to me, you know, that was just, it was boring. Again, why put the championship on Drew McIntyre when you're just going to go the boring route and just have Cody Rhodes win the championship right back from him? If it was up to me, John Cena would still be the WWE champion right now. I wouldn't have had Cody win it back from him, to be 100% honest with you, but because it's just boring, man. It's just the boring formulaic outcome. Cody loses it. He's got to win it right back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I don't really care to see that. I'm sorry. I just don't. But again, we're going the route of Cody Rhodes holding the championship till WrestleMania, which presents an even bigger problem because if he faces Randy Orton at WrestleMania, which I would assume be the case, I don't even see him
losing.
Excuse me. I don't even see him losing to Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
So what is he doing? Is he just going to hold the championship forever at some fucking point, man? Which is just why? Why do that, man? Why in this era where you have the most talented and capable roster you've ever had, there are guys that are jobbers that, if booked correctly, you can easily make a believable world champion.
Oh, yeah.
Guys that are jobbers. Guys that are fucking jobbers on the roster. If you book them capably enough, and if you book them competently enough, your roster is so talented, some of those guys could make a legitimate world champion.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yet you keep the championship hovered around this one guy who's for what?
Who's been the same, who talks the same, who isn't telling any type of interesting stories. When you're the storytelling company, your whole thing is that you tell the stories and whatnot. You're not telling any. You're telling the exact same thing every fucking week and every pay-per-view and every end of the match with Cody Rhodes. It's stale. It's boring. It's played out. Um, I can't with Cody. He's very stale. He's very boring. He's in a very stagnant place in his career, and he needs to lose that title, and he needs to change. He needs to grow a pair, do something, turn heel, do something to differentiate himself from who he was a year or two ago, because he's the exact same person he was a year or two ago. There's no difference. You're watching the same person for that long, you're gonna get bored. AJ Styles always said that. He said multiple times he would never want to be world champ forever or do anything like that, because you get boring. People are going to get bored. You have to be different. You have to move. You have to keep yourself interesting, man. And Cody doesn't do that. And I just can't deal with him, man. I really can't.
Yeah. Yes, that's a very good point. JT says, I like that WWE had a bigger Titantron and it didn't look like a house show Titantron. Yes, I actually did appreciate that. They did do a bigger stage for Saturday night's main event. I know why they did it. But I did like it nonetheless. All the Saturday night's main events, they don't really have that, grand of a look. They kind of just have them come out the tunnel. It's very old school. They, have their steel barricades or whatever. Again, very old school. It didn't look like that, which I can appreciate it. They actually made it a point to look a little more grander, which I appreciated. Also, you couldn't really, apparently WWE couldn't really do, they needed a bigger stage, because it was hard to sell tickets for this show, apparently.
Wonder why.
Yeah, I really, that's a fucking wonderful question. And we can get to that in a minute, but yeah, that was apparently the reason why they, or I'm assuming is the reason why they didn't, why they needed to do a bigger stage, because they needed some of that arena covered up, because, yes, there was a lot of backstage frustration, behind these ticket sales for this show, which begs an even more important question. Your leader, Martin fucking Scorsese, is gone. Triple H is fucking, he's gone. Nobody knows where he's at. He's probably fucking cooped up at the fucking White House, mobile ordering some fucking Burger King while he's sitting on his bed in his room in the White House that he wants to film videos of him spitting water out in the fucking parking lot doing. He's probably over there. He's probably flipping through Peacock. He's not even paying attention to Saturday night's main event. He's probably fucking flipping between Twisted Metal, and he's flipping over to Monsters on Netflix, and he's flipping back to the Peacock John Gacy show that's coming out. He's fucking around. He's probably looking back on Peacock to see what's going on. Oh, well, this shit looks boring. Okay, I'm gonna click off. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? There's a fucking This was the night CM Punk got crowned as World Heavyweight Champion, and you're fucking off.
You're not you are the head booker of the show. You are creatively in charge of this entire company, and you're not at the show where they're gonna crown a vacant World Heavyweight Champion. You're just not at the show. You just don't show up to the show because you're doing something. You're scratching your ass in the White House. You're in the fucking Senate building spitting water. You're doing dumb, stupid shit. Why are you in the job you are? You have AI. You have the app downloaded, Writer AI on your phone. You're texting that shit to Deuce Pritchard, and you're fucking and you're fucking off. You're not even there. You crowned a new heavyweight world champion in the main event to the show. Another new champion in Jade Cargill. 2 champions tonight are new champions, and you're not there. You're the head of the creative of the entire company, and you're not there. That's crazy. Why are you in the spot you're in?
This lazy fuck doesn't care about his job anymore.
He doesn't. He thinks he's fucking Martin Scorsese. He's digging in his ass. He fucking doesn't know what he's fucking doing, dude. At one point, this motherfucker's nickname was Papa Mark. That was his nickname because he cared so much about the show he was producing and about the wrestlers and the fans he did it for. Now, this motherfucker is known as a wannabe Matt Reeves. This motherfucker thinks he is on the set of Andor. He thinks he's on the set of Batman 2, Clayface. He thinks he's a director. And he is ass. He is, I forget his name, Roman from Scream 3. He's a director, is what he thinks he is. And he's ass. He is, this is so sad to see. Who would have thought it would have happened like this, dude? He's not even here. He didn't even show up to this fucking show.
Yeah. And then they wonder why their ticket sales are low. Because their leader, again, doesn't even care enough to show up to these fucking events, let alone put the card together.
He's got Writer AI on his phone. He opens the app. He's like, the fuck are we doing for Raw today? Oh, shit. Generic up. Judgment Day 2nd. Up this, oh that. What are we doing for Saturday night's main event? CM Punk and up Jey Uso. Oh, my God. Interesting. I'm not gonna be there because I gotta go dig in my ass. But but good luck, guys. Good luck. Wonder why no one's buying tickets to this shit. What do you think? What do you think no one's buying tickets for?
This motherfucker doesn't even care enough to show up. Why the fuck would we? This guy, this guy has so much fucking Dana envy, fucking boiled up inside of his soul. He can't even show up to the fucking shows. Well, how are you supposed to be like Dana fucking White? You clearly can't even be a leader anymore.
You're not a leader. How was the leader not fucking there half the time? Like, that makes no sense. Anybody else in any job position would have been canned by now if they did the shit Triple H did, because dude doesn't give a fuck, apparently. I don't know what he gives a fuck about. I don't know what it is, but it's not this. It's not Saturday night's main event. It's not Raw. It's not SmackDown. It's not his writing team. It's himself, his family, and Cody Rhodes. Just for some fucking reason.
Ridiculous, bro. Absolutely ridiculous, man. Cody and Drew, again, like we were talking about a little while ago, they added this first of all, they added this piece of story element where Drew McIntyre is saying he's the real American dream.
That was the corniest shit ever, dude. What the fuck is that? What kind of burger ass shit was that, dude? That lame ass. It was so generic, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was a plain patty on a fucking bun.
You can't tell me that's not Writer AI.
That's
you can't fucking tell me that is not Writer AI. You mean to tell me a human being, the best insult a human being could come up with was that Drew McIntyre is trying to get under Cody's skin by saying he's the real American dream? Wow. Who the fuck hasn't done that?
Oh my God, they poked fun at his dad, not Cody.
Every fucking buddy that Cody goes against pokes fun at his dad.
It's more interesting when you don't poke at his fucking dad. It makes a feud more interesting, dude. Like,
oh my God. We're running that. Okay.
God, damn.
All right. So, yeah, he's the real American dream. Great. I wish I was American dreaming while this show was on, because I wish I was fucking asleep. Drew McIntyre, he tries to get Cody Rhodes to hit him with the championship in hand.
Because Cody's a moron, apparently. He thinks he's that fucking stupid. You know, some people are that naive. Cody Rhodes isn't even that naive, so I don't think he would do that.
Yeah, I definitely don't think he would. The referee grabs the championship and turns around. Drew McIntyre tosses Cody the belt and gives him a standing Claymore, which got a near fall. Commentary was calling it a flash Claymore. They were saying had he hit the running standing version, or the running version, not just the standing version, I mean, he probably would have won the match. So why didn't Drew back up
and do it again
and then hand the referee the championship and then hit him with a Claymore? Why would you fucking think a standing version of your finisher was going to keep Cody down and it's less impactful?
Or you hit him with the flash version and then you fucking walk backwards into the corner, and as he gets up again, you hit him with a full one. You get 1.5 at that point. Why wouldn't you do that instead? You're just making the guy look like a moron.
Again, why? The whole time Drew was standing there, why he couldn't have just backed up and then handed the referee the championship so he can get a little bit of a running start? Or wait, he gave the belt to Cody. And then Cody gave the belt to the referee.
And then he just jumped and fucking hit him with the Claymore.
Okay, which makes that even more idiotic. Because when Cody had the belt and was deciphering whether he was going to hit him or not, Drew had all the time in the world to back up.
Yeah.
And he just stood there and hit him with a flash Claymore.
And then just pinned him.
Nice. Way to make Drew's smart play look like the stupidest thing he's ever done in his career.
They literally are great at making Drew McIntyre the smartest dumbass in the world. That's their whole goal with him. He is supposed to be the smartest, most sees through people character on television. Him and KO were lost KO for the time being, fortunately. I still have Drew, and you make him the dumbest person alive. What is this? Why would he not think to turn to go backwards and fucking either hit him full one in the first place, or after his flash one, hit him with a full one, or maybe, I don't know, try to get him on the outside due to the stipulation you added to this match? Why would he not try to move the momentum of the match onto the outside so he could have a better chance of winning? What is going on here? AI booked this shit. You could tell AI booked this shit. You could tell AI booked the main event for reasons. You could tell AI books Raw for every week because it's the same repeated garbage every week. This is writer AI. This is what we're watching. We're watching writer AI right now.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yep. We have Cody Rhodes on the apron. Goofy ass fell into the table. Dude, he's standing on the apron and Drew McIntyre bumps him off of the apron. And this dude literally goes flying all the fucking way onto the announce table. Looked goofier than a mug.
Bro got shoulder tap and fucking launched himself into the fucking table, dude.
So he goes through the table, and I guess WWE, in their attempt to, really drive home the point of this match, they start counting Cody Rhodes out. And this was the hardest fast count I have ever seen in my entire life. This referee was 1, 2, 3, 4,
dude,
5, 6, and I'm like,
this is not how you count.
That's not how you count people outside of the ring. It's like 1 Mississippi.
He literally counted like you're teaching a kindergartner how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looked like Cody wasn't even ready. It was fucking Michael Cole yelling at him to probably remind him about the spot because the ref was going so goddamn fast, and he had to fucking book it in the ring. What? That was a spot.
So they start fast counting Cody Rhodes out of this match. Cody gets back in the ring at 9. He goes to, I don't even know what this next spot was, because he goes to do the Cody Cutter, and he played like he buckled his knee. And I thought he was playing possum because the referee's trying to check on him. Drew McIntyre is walking up to Cody, and I'm thinking, okay, Cody's about to play possum. So he then just runs at the ropes and hits him with a Cody cutter. So I'm like, oh, okay, he got him. He played possum on him. And then he starts clutching his knee again. Homie.
Dog.
What the fuck?
You can't. How are you gonna play possum? Hit your move perfectly fine, which involves heavy leg movement. You had to jump from one rope up to another level of rope backwards into a cutter, and then you're gonna sell the knee still afterwards. You just got up, no sold your knee for the whole move, but then saw your knee again. All right, bro. All right, man. All right. The AI wrote that again. You'll hear that a lot tonight. AI wrote that shit.
The referee gets knocked down. Drew McIntyre brings the championship back into the ring. He's trying to hit Cody with it. Cody dodges, and as he has Drew McIntyre, I guess, kind of in DDT position, but Drew's like falling over. He has the championship laid on the ground. He DDTs McIntyre right on the championship. They tried to fucking act as if Cody Rhodes couldn't see this, but he immediately turns over, grabs the title, and throws it out of the ring.
Didn't give a fuck either. He knew what he did. He looks at it, basically shrugs his shoulders, and throws it out the ring.
And Michael Cole is on commentary trying to act as if Cody Rhodes had no idea the title was right there.
I get trying to. That looked horrible. Commentary made that. If you embraced what Cody did, it would have been a really cool moment. But you tried to play it up as if he was just fucking blind and didn't see that. He didn't hear the thunk on his head when he DDT'd him. He didn't see it right next to his head and didn't think, I wonder if it hit him in the head. And why on earth would he throw it out if he didn't use it in that moment? Dog, what are you playing damage control for? He did a bad thing. That's good for Cody's character. That's what we want. Embrace it. I'm so tired, man. This is fucking sad, dude.
This is the same thing they've been doing with Cody Rhodes, it feels like, all year. Last year at Saturday night's main event, it was the stuff with Kevin Owens, where he crossroads him on the championship. And Jesse Ventura was losing his fucking marbles. Can we please have Jesse back so he can call these boring ass shows and fucking make me laugh?
That man is so blunt and legit. He's fucking hilarious. He's a real student of the game. He's an OG. He's an OG of the game. That man really shit on Damian Priest for a little bit. He won that match. Can we get that man back?
Yeah, he knows ball for sure.
He knows ball.
He absolutely. The door.
The door.
He went out the door. What kind of a coward goes out the freaking door?
Goated, dude. He'll forever get my fucking respect for that shit.
Jesse Ventura, bro. That man is a goat. That man is a goat. So,
and he's a great actor too.
Really?
He's in the Predator movie. He's in the first one.
Oh yeah, I feel like I have seen that.
Yeah, he's in the first one. He's fucking yoked in that movie, dude. He's goated. That man is goated. He shit on Damian Priest. He's good. He's good in my book.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's my guy for sure. For sure. Yeah, Jesse is the man. So Cody Rhodes then picks up Drew McIntyre and crossroads him for the victory as Cody Rhodes defeats Drew McIntyre here in this match, where Drew McIntyre, it wasn't really ever about if Drew was going to win this match. It was how soon before Drew was just dead.
Yeah.
And this just happened to be the sooner option.
I don't know if the coffin's nailed shut yet, but I think he just...
Yeah.
The door's still open. He could crawl out, but he's laying in that coffin, half buried right now.
110%, man. He is he is laying in the coffin, trying his damnness to hold the door open.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, it is it is just absolutely ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous what they are doing to this man. And again, this to me was just, like I said, it wasn't really about if Drew was going to win or not, because either way, he was going to get buried tonight, or he was going to get buried whenever he inevitably lost this championship back to Cody Rhodes, should he had won the match, or if he had won the match. But it ended up happening tonight, man. So Drew McIntyre loses again, as again, interest in stock for Drew McIntyre amongst your fan base is unfortunately going down, to no fault of his own, of course.
No.
This is all on WWE, man. How this guy had a fucking career year last year, literally was the superstar of the year for our fan vote from you guys. But we get over to 2025 and he probably doesn't even sniff the fucking honorable mentions of a superstar of the year list.
He's probably going to be on disappointment of the year or letdown of the year because you let him down. This is horrible, dude. You took the man who had a great year last year, all the momentum in the world, and completely shit right on top of it, man. And it's not his fault at all. It's WWE. It's that moronic writer's room, and led by Big Sniffer himself. It's their fucking fault to why you feel like this about Drew McIntyre, and you can't help but feel like this for Drew McIntyre. They're doing what what WWE is doing to Drew McIntyre right now is what Vince always did to Bray Wyatt. He talks the big game. He's always right, but he always fucking loses, dude. And that never works out for that person, dude. You're doing it to LA Knight. You're doing it to fucking Drew McIntyre. Vince did it to countless people. He did it to Samoa Joe. He did it to Shinsuke. He did it to Bray. That never works out, man. And unfortunately, Drew is in that same state that they were all in, man. I don't think it's gonna end well. It's not on a good path. What the fuck you do with the Drew after this? God knows. He can't. If he goes after Cody again, you might as well pack it up, dude, because that's horrible. Because again, if he goes after him, he's gonna win it just for Cody to beat him, win it back, and we're back in the same circle of fuckery that we're in right now, man. So either way, I'm not excited for either of these men's path. Cody has the most nothing generic path in the world, and Drew McIntyre has no path because you killed all of those paths. So, great job, guys. Great job tonight, man. Long-term booking at its finest, where in the long term, you can't see anything for either of these two men. Great job. Great long-term booking here.
Yeah. Like Sirke said, yeah, great job looking into the future there. I have absolutely no interest in what either man does going forward. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, I couldn't give any less of a fuck about either of their creative directions going forward.
No. How can you? What is there to be fucking excited about? Nothing. Not a thing.
That was that. And then,
to put the cherry on top of the fucking cake of the shit fucking Sunday that was dumped by Martin Scorsese.
Triple Scorsese here. This dude is such a cornball. He couldn't show up to the show, yet he's fucking tweeting about the show every 5 minutes.
Why aren't you? What are you doing? Where are you?
Holy glaze session. Martin scores glazy here. Triple glaze.
Martin Scorsese.
He tweets this out. Because Cody Rhodes is his fucking favorite of all time. The only person that he can ever stand to have a WWE championship, a true champion, always finds a way to win. Congrats, Cody Rhodes. Are you fucking kidding me, man?
You fucking cornball.
You can't be at the show, but you can tweet about your favorite wrestler of all time, Cody Rhodes, which obviously this isn't as bad as the first tweet. We all remember the first tweet. Sorry, Cody. I just had to post this. He tweets this corny ass shit after a fucking boring match and what ultimately ended up being a boring show. You want to tweet this out. And you ain't there. You're supposed to be the leader.
You're not there, but you're tweeting about one specific guy. I didn't see a Jade Cargill tweet. I didn't see a CM Punk tweet, not so far. Maybe it happened. If it did, I didn't fucking see it. Well, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's that, Paul? Where is it? I don't fucking see it. You're tweeting. This is literally what the head coach of high school tweets at his little star fucking quarterback to fucking stroke his little ego, dude. A true champion always finds a way to win. You cornball. What 2014 authority line is that? You mark. You what? That is ass, dude. I can't stand this dude anymore, dude. And it is two people I can't stand right now, and they're fucking best friends, dude. It makes it worse and worse. You're out here glazing this fucking guy. Where's the Jay? Where's the CM Punk tweet? Where's the Jade Cargill tweet? Where's fucking something, dude? Where are you? Where are you at, bro? You're on your phone on Twitter tweeting shit all night, but you can't be at the show. You tweeting from the fucking East Wing of the White House? What you doing here, bro? What are you doing? Where are you at? You at the Lincoln Memorial? you at the Washington Monument up there looking down, fucking tweeting this shit? Where you at, dude? Where are you? Where you at the barber getting nothing cut like you usually do? You posting videos. You're at the barber. What are you at the barber for? He's shaving your bald head. Is that what you're tweeting right now? This shit sucks. It's so frustrating. He is glazing the most boring, repetitive guy on television. He's the one that gets all the glaze. You have Carmelo Hayes starving. You have LA Knight starving. You have all your fucking fans starving of fucking hunger, and you're giving all your fucking food to your gluttonous fucking wannabe son, Cody Rhodes. This is horrible. I can't stand this shit. This shit pisses me off, dude. What the fuck, dude? This is getting... Dude, I might say this, dude. This Cody Rhodes, I think, might be worse than Prime Horrible AEW Cody Rhodes. At least that Cody was funny. At least I could make fun of that. At least he did goofy shit every episode that you could laugh at. What does this motherfucker do? Nothing. He don't do shit. He is sitting there like a traffic cone every fucking week doing fuck all, dude. Horrible, dude. Oh, man, I can't stand this shit, dude. What the fuck, Triple H? Where you at?
A true champion always finds a way to win. A true leader would always find a way to show up to his fucking shows.
To his job.
Also, he tweets about Cody Rhodes knowing the grind. Okay.
Your grind.
And flying over to all these places to make these shows because that's what it takes to be a WWE superstar. Well, if that's what it takes to be a WWE superstar, Paul, what does it fucking take to be the head of creative? Does it take you missing shows? I mean, where are you at? Is he tweeting from the top of Lady Liberty? Where is he? Where the fuck is he, man? Is he in gorilla position, fucking hiding under the desk, digging in his ass, fucking letting the talent make all the fucking decisions? Where is he? Nobody can find him. But he finds a way to, be so glued to his fucking phone where he can tweet, a true champion always finds a fucking way to win. And a true leader would find a way to dig us out of this fucking hole we're in creatively. But it doesn't seem like Paul is a true leader. Or should I say Martin Scorsese is a true leader. Because he cannot find a way to get us to eat again. He is leaving us starving. He is leaving his audience starved. food deprived. We have no food on the table to eat, Paul.
Paul, there's no food. I look like an Egyptian mummy out here. I am straight bones, dude. We're all bones. Everybody bones except Cody Rhodes, where he's not. He's gluttonous as hell. He's eating all that shit up, dude. Where are you, bro? Where are you at? Where do you stay at right now? Where are you? Fucking frustrating, dude. Triple H, what happened? What happened to this man?
What the fuck happened?
This was supposed to be a good year. It has been a god-awful year for them.
This was supposed to be one of WWE's better years in company history.
They had the lob of the century, dude, and they fumbled that shit. You tripped on your own legs. How do you do that? You slipped. You slipped on a banana peel that wasn't even there, and you fucking ate fucking shit on the fucking pavement, on the fucking, on the court, and you're laying there like a moron. You look sad as fuck.
This is 2014 Los Angeles Clippers levels of easy lobs, easy alley-oops. This is Lob City Clippers with the level of talent you have on your roster right now, Paul. And this is what we're doing. This is what we're fucking doing. We're tweeting about Cody Rhodes, which clearly you didn't fucking watch the match, you fucking moron, because if you fucking did, I wouldn't have tweeted shit because it sucked. As a matter of fact, if I were you, I would fucking deactivate my Twitter. That show was so bad. I would wipe myself off the fucking face of social media for a couple days. That shit was so fucking atrocious. You want to sit there and tweet, a champion always finds a way to fucking win. Can you? Please.
Can we win for once? Can we win something here, man? Nothing. We get this shit. We get the glazed tweet of the week from Triple H to Cody. Can't wait till the next one, man, because he just has to post this. You just have to show up. That's all you gotta do, man.
The next match, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill.
Michael Cole. Jade Cargill.
Why does Michael Cole call her Jade Cargill?
Oregon, dude.
Jade Cargill.
Michael Cole.
I don't know why this guy has to say these things the way he does. This was an absolute massacre. This was Jade Cargill mopping the floor with Tiffany Stratton. She came in here and they were working the knee. She had her left knee taped up.
I'm hearing rumblings of like a legit injury. That might be why this happened the way it did. We'll probably know more by Friday to confirm or deny that. Wouldn't be shocked because she fucking packed her up tonight, dude. Like,
yeah, it was like they were talking about Jade Cargill like she didn't turn heel. They were like referring to it, and obviously I know they're not going to say she turned heel, but like they were just kind of downplaying it to me, the way they were like, Jade Cargill's, she's been moving with a bit of a more gritty attitude. And I'm like, she looked like she fucking turned heel to me.
She beat the shit out of Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, and the fucking it's like that's what was weird to me. Like, dude, yeah, you can say it was a fucking heel turn. Like, I don't. What are you talking about? There's a slight attitude change. You're acting like she's just having a fucking bad day today, and you just happen to peep it.
Like,
you know, like when that one motherfucker comes into work and he's usually happy-go-lucky, but he's like sad as fuck, and you're like, damn, I think my guy's having a bad day. That's how they were fucking talking about Jade Cargill. Yeah. There's a slight attitude change.
She beat the life out of Tiffany last week for no reason. Turned heel, and you're just acting like she just got a little bit of more of a fire under her ass. No, she turned heel. Obviously you can't literally say it unless you're fucking Triple H and he just says that shit, or Paul Heyman and he just fucking says that shit. But you you embrace it. You don't downplay it. That was commentary just was moving weird tonight, man. I don't know if it's because they had Bruce the Deuce in their ear instead of Triple H tonight. I don't know what it was, but man, they were doing dumb shit tonight.
You got oh Jesus. What was I gonna say?
Jade Berg. I like that one.
God, what was I gonna say? Something. I can't fucking remember. It'll come to me. Yeah, I don't understand really I don't really understand what direction we were trying to I don't understand what oil we were trying to cook with there.
No.
Again, why are we downplaying this? Why are we downplaying this as if she didn't turn heel on Tiffany Stratton? It just, again, it doesn't make sense to me. Jade Cargill, yes, she mopped the floor with Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany, again, had her knee taped. She packed her up in 5.5 minutes.
Packed her up, dude. Just whooped her ass, hit her with the finisher, fucking wiped her hands clean, dude. Okay, I mean, don't. It's got to be some type of injury or something, or maybe there was kind of one always there, and it was just time to end the title reign. Very just uninteresting way to end the title reign, which has been a very long title reign, and it's been very lackluster. Nothing to, again, it's always the Booker's fault. Nothing to do with Tiffany. It's all Triple H and them. They gave her 2 opponents in her whole reign. They gave her Nia Jax and Jade herself this whole reign, and that's it. So she kind of got dealt a shitty fucking hand here.
Yeah.
But like after all that time, you ended it at Saturday Night's Main. At that point, you should have just ended it at SummerSlam. You know what I mean? Like, what was the point of keeping it for this long if you're just gonna just end it in 5 minutes at Saturday Night's Main Event? I don't get the thought process there. I don't.
I don't either. I also don't understand the process of coming up with the challengers for Tiffany Stratton during her title reign. She had 2 opponents.
2. Literally, they're only 2.
Nia Jax and Jade Cargill. And then I want to say there was a Trish Stratus match in there.
Is there a Vega match in there, I think?
Might have been.
I think like that was a random SmackDown match or something.
But in terms of her in terms of her actual programs or feuds, there was 2 people.
In what, a 9-month reign? 11 month reign, and you have 2 opponents that you got to face during that whole reign.
She almost held the title a fucking year,
and she faced 2 people constantly. That is horrible, dude. What are you guys doing with SmackDown? What are you doing to your women's champion, dog?
That makes absolutely no sense. And yes, she was dealt a ridiculously bad hand, man. She was dealt a horrible hand in this championship reign. Again, to no fault of her own. It obviously doesn't make me think any less of Tiffany Stratton because none of this was her fault. As a matter of fact, these rosters should have been shaken up so you can get her away from Nia Jax, who she was feuding with for half her title reign, so she can go on and feud with Io Sky, with Rhea Ripley, with Becky Lynch, Stephanie Vacker, somebody fucking else. Or you could have even done people on SmackDown that, you just didn't do for whatever fucking reason. Like
Chelsea Green,
Julia, even though they did that as like a 3-week feud that ended in a tag match. Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Charlotte.
Fucking somebody. Yeah, you could have gave the Charlotte stuff a little bit more life. I know a lot of people didn't like that at Mania. Personally, I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. I didn't mind the match at all, actually. Nothing. And what we get is 2 fucking opponents. And her best match out of the title reign ended up being with Trish Stratus at Evolution. That is fucking sad. with the amount of talent that you have on your roster. Tiffany's best match out of her title reign came from Trish Stratus.
Horrible.
Trish. A 40-something-year-old Trish Stratus.
That's how you got the best match out of your reign.
That was the best you had to offer for Tiffany Stratton. Because, I'm sorry, Tiffany's great, but you're putting her in there with Jade Cargill and Nia Jax. Those two cannot lead a match. And Tiffany is at her best when she is being led. Yeah. Not to say she's bad, but the other two need help. And Tiffany isn't that experienced enough, or she's not a ring general.
She's just not, and that's okay. But she's not, and you're putting her in the ring with people who severely need ring generals. That's your problem.
And that was how you did Tiffany Stratton during her title reign. I hope she gets another title reign because, again, this one was kind of just absolutely ridiculous to me, man. This one was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, and I wasn't messing with it whatsoever, bro. I think this was just, I think it was just very lazy and very bogus how you did Tiffany during her title reign. As for the match, again, it was pretty bare bones, man. It was 5.5 minutes. It was again,
it was basic squash match.
It was pretty much a squash match, bro. It was a long squash match, if you will. Mm-hmm. She hit her with a powerbomb symphony. So shout out Wardlow, whatever my poor guy is doing right now.
My poor man.
She hit a powerbomb symphony. She hit her with I want to say it was 2 power bombs, and it jaded for the win. And Jade Cargill is your new WWE Women's Champion, and Tiffany, or Tiffy time is up. So, as for what Jade will go on to do with the championship, probably Nia Jax. Personally, I'm not really a big Jade guy. If you look at, baby faces on the SmackDown Women's Division, I have absolutely no idea, other than one name that's probably being saved for WrestleMania, and that is Bianca Belair.
Exactly.
So I think that's going to be the Mania match. I could see maybe a Charlotte match being in there, maybe an Alexa match being in there. Maybe they'll call up somebody like Zarya or something like that to SmackDown to be a baby face that's on the roster for SmackDown, because other than that, again, Alexa, Charlotte, Bianca, when she comes back, those are, at least to my knowledge, the only worthy women on SmackDown that are baby faces. But yeah, I don't know how well I see this going, man. I don't know how well I see this going. Again, I'm not really a huge Jade Cargill guy. I just think she severely needs a ring general. She's gotten better, but she still severely needs a ring general, in my honest opinion.
She does, man. She does. And then, I'm not the biggest Jade guy. She has a great presentation. She's just still very needs leadership in that ring. So I hope they could find opponents who can give that, like a Charlotte, like other people on that show eventually in matches. We all know the Bianca match is gonna be the last one where Bianca comes back, wins it. But yeah, man, I just very, Triple H doesn't do well with SmackDown in the first place, let alone its women's division. I'm sure she's gonna be facing Nia for half that time. I just hope they could get some cool stuff with Alexa, Charlotte, maybe some NXT people getting called up in there. Hope they could do cool stuff, man. I really hope so.
100%. So, yes, Tiffany Stratton's title reign comes to an end as Jade Cargill is your new WWE Women's Champion. And next up, we got the triple threat. We got the triple threat championship match for the Intercontinental title, as Dominic defends the championship against Penta and Rusev.
Man, I came into this with no clue who's going to win this match, you know?
Yeah, no idea. And I had no idea how they were going to do it.
No, man, I couldn't tell you, man. I couldn't tell you probably verbatim how it was going to happen, man. I couldn't tell you what item was going to be involved to help Dominic win, if he was going to win, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Might have been Penta.
Yeah, Cena's gotta beat him for that championship.
He's got to, dude.
He really does. You know, we'll see where this goes with John. If he ends up beating John Cena by using that fucking ring hammer, we're gonna have a very big problem. You know, I guess I'm okay with it. You know, if Dominic is using this ring hammer so much to the point where John Cena is gonna be the guy to, you know, be Super Cena and overcome the ring hammer, then I think that will be, you know, a cool story to tell, or somebody to pass the ring hammer here. But at the end of the day, this does absolutely no good for Penta and Rusev. Not that they're, you know, buried in any kind of sense. I don't think either guy is buried here. But I just do think it just gives off a little, you know, come on, guys. He's been using this ring hammer forever. But even in that, you know, I think the way they did use it, you know, kind of wasn't. It started as Dominic, but then it kind of turned into, you know, something that ended up being Penta's fault in the end. So, so that I like. Man, and yeah, I think, I think the way they, you know, went about this was a little bit better, but you know, at the end of the day, it was just very predictable. It was very predictable, man. You obviously just knew that no other guy stood a chance, so there's not really a point in getting invested. Also, one thing that makes WWE predictability a little bit worse is, again, you obviously, you know, when something's predictable, you know it, and you also know that, you know, WWE is not really in the business of taking risks, so it makes predictability somehow even more predictable.
Exactly. It really, like, solidifies predictability a lot of times. We all knew Dom was going to win. I don't even hate the way they did it. It's just, yeah, I've seen it before. I'm going to see it again, probably. And it kind of just happened, man. Like everything else on the show and like everything else damn near in the company at this point just happened. Dom did what he did to win. He moves on. There's going to be Judgment Day tension come Monday night. He's going to try to get El Grande in the condiments to help him. They'll probably end up abandoning him. You know, what's going on here, man? I don't know. I'm excited for the Dom and Cena match. I think that's the best course of action. You know, maybe due to all the cheating that Dom does, maybe Adam Pearce, like how he punished the Vision, maybe he doesn't put Dom in, you know, the thing we're going to talk about later. And that's his way to face Cena at Survivor Series instead. So, you know, Cena gets the IC title, faces who he's going to face, you know, Gunther at his final match, and then that whole plan goes into plan. And that's how it goes, man. I think that might be the best course of action you have in the future for this, man. But for right now, it's going to be what we've seen tonight. Use the ring hammer to win in some sort of, you know, smart dickish fashion.
For sure, man. Penta was in the Accolade, and Rusev thought he tapped because the ring bell started ringing. However, it was Dominic ringing the bell.
Wow.
They get, Rusev gets on the outside of the ring. Dominic takes care of him for a little bit, and he goes to get in the ring. He throws the ring hammer in the ring, and he goes to pick it up. But right before he goes to pick it up, Penta steps on it, stopping him from picking the ring bell up. And Penta grabs it himself and goes to crack Dominic over the head with it. Dominic moves, and there Rusev stands all by his lonesome, and doink goes the ring bell hammer off of Rusev's skull. Dominic then throws Penta out of the ring. Who would have guessed?
Oh,
Does a frog splash, and he capitalizes on the work that Penta did. Again, it obviously is formulaic. It's the same thing we've been seeing on Monday Night Raw for the past couple weeks. However, if it is to tell the story, I guess, of John Cena being the one to, I guess, see through, or being the OG in the game, I guess, who I guess would be a pretty cool homage to Eddie Guerrero.
he could say, like, I've actually faced Eddie Guerrero. I know these tactics.
Yes.
That would be actually a really cool thing to do. They have a lot there with Dom.
They do.
They have, like, the Eddie Guerrero connection, and they just have, the Dom just interest. They have a lot there. I really hope we get this match.
They do. I think we will, for sure. We will. And yeah, I think that would be very cool. I think that would be a very cool thing to tell in terms of, John Cena kind of being through all this with the originator of, the lying, the cheating, and the stealing. So, I think that would be a very cool way to do that, and a very cool way to tell that story in, while paying homage to Eddie, man. So I think that would be pretty dope. But Dominic does retain, as I did notice. I don't think I've heard Dominic say this before. He referred to himself as the greatest of all time while he was walking up the ramp. I know he says he's the greatest Mysterio of all time, and I've heard him say he's the greatest luchador of all time. I've never heard him say he's straight just the greatest of all time. I've never heard him just flat out say that. So that was I thought was a little bit interesting, man. So I think we know where we're headed, and I am digging it.
I'm so digging it. I can't wait for that. I'm really excited to see those interactions. This is one of those interactions where I'm actually very excited. We do still have face Cena to face Dominic. So I am very excited for this, dude. And I think it's going to be a good exchange. I'm sure the match will be fucking good. Dom's great. Cena's great. You get two good people in the ring. You're going to get a really good match. Nothing but good looks to be coming out of this program, man. So very excited. Looking forward to that, man. And yeah, this match was very, very what you thought it was going to be. It ended how you think it was going to end. But that's okay. Especially to see what we have in the future lined up very soon for Dominic. Very excited for that.
For sure. So that was the IC title match again. Honestly, it wasn't really anything special. It wasn't really anything, again, that's going to, blow you away. It was just there. So, fine for what it was, but nothing special at that. And then we have an announcement. We have an announcement from John Cena. He had an announcement to make, man. But before we get to any of that, we do have an official word from our sponsor here at NHP. We got a word from W Energy, man. W Energy is an energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics formulated to improve focus without getting the jitters. W is a clean formula that is sugar-free, zero-calorie, free from fillers and artificial colorings, with 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving. You can get your W products today with the link below and code NHP at checkout to save yourselves 10% on your next W purchase.
Truly, always got to shout out W. Whether workout, whatever you may need the energy for. Saturday night's main event, it's a boring, tiring show, man. If you want to be prepared for the next one, you want to be awake, you got W. It'll keep you energized. You won't have the jitters, and it'll taste good all at the same time. Always gotta shout out W, man.
There you go, man. There you have it. And that is an official word from our sponsor here. So again, thank you as always to the amazing people over at W, the official sponsor of what we do here at Notorious Heels, man. And with that, we do move. Oh, no.
We don't move on to the
We
main
do
event,
not move on to
actually.
the main event. So they started talking about John Cena. They start talking about John Cena, and they start talking about who is John Cena going to face in his final match. We then get a voiceover from Cena, and he announces a 16-man tournament, and it is going to start next week on Monday Night Raw, the Raw that he's going to be at in Boston, which is November 10th, I believe. So there is a 16-man tournament that's going to be taking place with people from Raw, people from SmackDown, people from NXT, and some people that don't even work here.
People are going to be so disappointed with that line. It's going to be Joe Hendry.
Joe is the one and only name that I thought of.
Or Chris Jericho. Because he technically doesn't work here, but it's either going to be Joe Hendry or Chris Jericho. It's not Edge. I would love it to be. It's not Edge. So I hate to break it to you guys, man. Hand on the shoulder. Great image. I love that fucking reaction image. It's not going to be him, man. It's going to be either Joe Hendry or Edge. But 16-man tournament.
Jericho.
Oh, what did I say?
You said Joe Hendry or Edge.
Joe Hendry or Edge. Fuck. Dyslexic. Chris Henry, Joe Hendry, or Chris Jericho. God damn, I can't talk. It's gonna be one of those two, man. So people are, I'm gonna have to see it for weeks, dude. People hyping up that fucking quote, and you're gonna be disappointed. This is one of those times for wrestling fans where I'm gonna have to side with WWE. You're gonna disappoint yourself if you expect Edge. Don't expect Edge. Expect Joe Hendry and expect Chris Jericho, man. Please, this is the one time I'm gonna side with Baldy and say this is your fault for having an expectation. If you think Edge is showing up, and you'll be disappointed if you don't get Edge. You're not getting Edge. You're not. He's filming Percy Jackson. He's gonna come back and he's gonna fucking face FTR. All right, we're not getting John Cena here, man. So there's that. But 16-man tournament. That sounds good, man. I like the sound of that. I'm very interested to see how they set this up. If Gunther is going to be a mystery in there, or if he's, going to be in the bracket, but it's going to be one of the later matches, so they kind of hype up his return with that match. That might be your best way to do it. I would really like that because we know he's going to be in it. Might as well drop his name in there and anticipate and have the roster anticipate and be worried about him the most about his return and in that tournament, man. But as for Dom, you have some paths. You could have him be in the tournament, but lose, maybe get mad at Cena. I could see if they do that, I could see his match being first that same week that Cena's there, and whatever reason he's gonna blame Cena for that, then that sets up the Survivor Series match. Or maybe it'd be really cool if Adam Pearce doesn't put him in as punishment due to him cheating all the time, and he's like, I want you to face the most difficult opponent I could get for you at Survivor Series, John Cena. That's why you're not in this tournament. You can maybe have John, on screen, tell Adam Pearce to not put Dom in the tournament because he wants to face Dom specifically at Survivor Series instead. You have a lot of paths. I think one of those paths are great. But I'm excited. I like the sound of a tournament. I think Gunther should win this tournament, very obviously, and I think you should really hype him up throughout this tournament. But either way, I love that idea, man. A 16-man tournament. We usually get these cheap-ass, 4-man tournaments. So a 16-man is actually very exciting, man. That's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it as well, man. When I heard 16-man tournament, me and you were both like, whoa, okay, that's unusual, because like you said, normally we'll get 4 fatal 4-ways, and the 2 winner of those are in the semifinals, and then we get the 2 finalists, but
they're going to want to counter program the C2. That's why they're doing a 16-man tournament.
That is very true. That is very true.
I respect it, pal. Fuck it. Hey, this is what the business is about. Counter program each other. Try to one up each other the most genuine possible way you can.
100%. The C2 will probably slaughter them, but however, I can appreciate their efforts because
we're gonna get Dragon Lee versus fucking Miz at one point or some shit. We're gonna get Carmelo Hayes and Miz for the SmackDown side of it at one point.
Their counter program to Ricochet versus Konosuke Takeshita is going to be the Miz versus Raul Mendoza on the show. So that's, No, I can appreciate the tournament idea because it's a big deal and it should be treated as a big deal. Who is going to get the honor and the privilege to work with John Cena on his last day of work in the company, right? There was also like a nice vignette before. You could tell he was in his London gear, so he filmed this when he was a heel. I think they said there's like some documentary coming out, but it was just Cena reiterating again, there's a promise I made. When I can't go, I will step away and I'm done. And nothing's bringing me back. Not a check, not nothing. Nothing is bringing me back. So, there is that. There is that. But no, the 16-man tournament, man, I think it's an amazing idea. Some people that don't even work here, to me, I know a lot of people are probably going to take that way out of context. Like Sir K said, people are going to think Edge. People are going to fucking think Kenny Omega, probably. Some people are probably going to fucking think Matt and Nick Jackson are going to be in the tournament. No, I read that completely as Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry. Like, if there's any bit of a chance that there's anybody other than Joe Hendry, I think there's a small sliver of a chance maybe Chris Jericho. But at the end of the day, I don't really know about that. I could see them saving Jericho for the Rumble, if anything. However, the people that don't work here, maybe Jeff Hardy will be.
Jeff would be cool.
Maybe Jeff in the tournament would be pretty cool. But Joe Hendry, I think, is really the only name that they're
obvious name in there.
Yeah, gonna obviously throw in there. And he said Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. So obviously, I would personally love to see guys like Dragunov, but I also understand if he's not because he is the U.S. champion. So
maybe you bar champions from this.
Yeah, so I definitely would. I would obviously love to see him in the tournament, but keep him safe, keep the title safe. Just him up as a monster. If he's not gonna win the tournament, there's no reason to put him in the tournament, to be honest, especially with Dragunov just coming back. But NXT is interesting because you can throw a guy like Obafemi. That's going to get people really excited. You can throw a name like Javon Evans. That's going to be very exciting. You can throw
we could get Javon Evans versus Jeff Hardy as one of those matches, dude.
I would definitely be okay with that. From the looks of it, at least the videos that they played, it seems Gunther will be in the tournament. They showed Gunther. They showed LA Knight. They fucking showed Jey Uso. So fucking kill me. He's probably going to be in the finals. He's probably going to pack up fucking Jeff Hardy and Obafemi to get to the finals. All in the same fucking night. Because Triple H loves Jey Uso. But
maybe I could see them doing like a little pre-WrestleMania Jay and Jimmy match in there. I wouldn't be shocked at that. I really wouldn't be shocked at that.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about a tournament like this across the show, you could have a bunch of different stories relate to something in the tournament. I mean, I know I joked about it, but you could put The Miz and Carmelo Hayes. You could put one of them in there, the other one screws the other, or you could just put them in there against each other. You have a little story there. Jay and Jimmy, or something with Jay and Jimmy there. That's the nice thing about tournaments like this, and that's the great thing they did about the C2 AEW did last year, is they actually integrated stories to be, in these said matches.
Yeah.
And I really hope they do that here. You have so many opportunities, NXT, SmackDown, Raw, and if you're gonna, shake things up in the future, you could tease future, rivalries and feuds between people from across brands, because we still don't know if it's gonna be Raw versus Raw, SmackDown versus SmackDown, or it's more a mix of everybody. A mix of everybody might be most interesting. I would probably do that. Like, we get like Javon Evans versus Sheamus or something. You get a bunch of cool shit in there. Or Javon Evans and Gunther, get a little pre-version to that match. I think that would be a very cool, interesting match. You get some, and this is why you do a tournament, because you get scenarios like this where you get matches you could just don't see. This is cool. I like this. I'm very excited for this.
Me too. I am very excited for this tournament, man. And yeah, I think this has the potential to be very interesting. Then on second thought, WWE is probably going to release a bracket that's going to be the most dog shit bracket you've ever seen in your entire life.
True.
But That's not to say it doesn't have potential, because
Exactly.
it definitely does. There's a shit ton of names, like I said, from NXT you could throw in there. At the top of my list, obviously, are the two guys I want to see called up the most. I'm looking at Obafemi and Javon Evans. You can also throw Trick, Ricky Saints, whatever the fuck his name is. Trick, Ricky Saints is still down there. Ethan Page, there is a ton of guys you can throw in there. Personally, I just kind of have my eyes on an Obafemi or a Javon Evans personally.
Really?
I
Those are the
think
main two.
there's a lot of interesting matches. Obafemi versus Sheamus, Javon Evans versus Sheamus, Obafemi versus Bronson Reed, Javon Evans versus Bronson Reed, Javon Evans and Gunther, Javon Evans and Jeff Hardy, Obafemi, Jeff Hardy,
Ooh.
Drew McIntyre and Javon Evans,
Braun and Javon.
who's a fucking mid-carder on SmackDown? You can Obafemi and Sami Zayn,
Carmelo Hayes and fucking anybody.
Carmelo Hayes, another guy, LA Knight and Javon Evans, a ton of guys, man. Fucking, we could see Jey Uso get absolutely mollywopped by Obafemi in the tournament.
I hug Triple H, bro.
I think that would be awesome. Jimmy Uso and Javon Evans, I think, will be a pretty tough match. There's so much you can do with this. They're not going to do anything we're mentioning. Just a fair warning, disclaimer here. They're not. I apologize if we're getting you guys excited, but I hope you know where we're coming from, because do not set your standards low for this. And we are going to dissect the ever-living fuck out of this tournament, because, Paul, I don't know when you're going to announce this bracket. It's either going to be Monday or the following Monday. And I'm telling you, I'm looking down on you like Dr. Connors is looking down at the symbiote in Spider-Man 3. I'm watching the fuck out of you, dog, because there ain't no way you're fucking this up, because it's so fucking easy, dude. Mm-hmm. It's so easy to do. You can throw Joe Hendry in there, or we'll probably know him as Joe Henry if he pops up on Monday Night Raw with Michael Cole again. You could throw Joe Hendry in there with guys like LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and you can get some pretty interesting shit out of that as well, man. So there's a lot of really good shit you could do, and I encourage you guys to not set your standards low, because and be upset if WWE gives you a shit bracket, because it's probably more than likely what they're gonna end up doing. And it's not okay. It's not okay, man. So hopefully they do the right thing and give us what we're rightfully owed, and more importantly, give John Cena what he rightfully owes. But the last time is now. Tournament is getting started on November the 10th. So I really hope they do the right thing.
I really hope they do, man. They have so much they could do. And I hope they do some interesting shit in there, man, because you have the perfect opportunity to do the coolest, most interesting tournament of all year. You have the chance to make your television as interesting as humanly possible right now, and I really hope you could take it and drive somewhere with it.
For sure. So now the main event of Saturday night's main event that features main event Jey Uso.
A lot of main events in there, man. And this one,
and none of them were main event worthy.
No, this is quite literally a Raw main event that we got 2 weeks ago. I think that match was even better. What was this match? This was This was the most slug, gas-filled match I have ever seen in my goddamn life. Holy hell. What was this, dude? What was Jey Uso doing out there? I know we always joke about Jey Uso being a slug in the goddamn ring, but he was a slug tonight, dude. That man fucking moped around that goddamn ring.
I don't know what it is at this point. I don't know if Jay has stuff going on personally. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is with this guy, but you blatantly, it got to a point. You blatantly had commentary calling out the fact that Jey Uso was gassed in this match. And the word sluggish was the word they used. Jey Uso is looking sluggish, they said. The word sluggish was used multiple times on commentary.
It was.
This is a guy that the story is that he's trying to be like Roman Reigns. Did Roman Reigns ever come off sluggish in the ring?
No.
No.
He was either a powerhouse or he was being tactical. He was not sluggish in the ring. Maybe in 2015, but we're talking about the Tribal Chief here. The Tribal Chief wasn't sluggish.
Especially during a title match.
That man was locked in. He was so locked in. He was talking shit through half of those fucking matches to whoever he was facing. In the match, was talking shit.
Oh, that era was so goated.
Oh man, dude, that was one element I loved about Roman, dude. Is when he would without a mic, when he would talk shit into the camera, dude.
Yeah.
That one promo where he was leaving and his entrance music was playing. That was genuinely one of his best promos ever, and it wasn't even a traditional promo.
Head and shoulders above everybody.
That shit, you goated, dude. I miss that shit so fucking much, man. He was a beast during that shit.
I miss when Roman would have a motherfucker in like a headlock.
And he would like grab their hand, like show it to the camera and shit.
And he would have this motherfucker in a headlock, and he would look at the camera and talk about, this guy's a bum.
This is who you're wanting to win and shit.
This is your guy. He did it to Big E. He did it to Edge, which Edge was hilarious because Edge would like turn his head away from the camera to fucking hide him laughing because he knew it was great.
He knew it was fucking dope as shit, so he was smiling.
He's fucking laughing because Roman Reigns is just talking shit to him as he's got him in a fucking headlock for 5 minutes. The crowd would be pissed because they obviously don't want to watch a headlock, and Roman's just sitting there cool, calm, and collected, just talking shit. Man, that Tribal Chief era, bro. That championship era. Towards the later half of it, man. I'm telling you, bro. From Clash at the Castle 2022 and up, that was straight flames. That was absolute straight fucking flames, dude. And then I can't even say that because there was a lot. The whole reign obviously wasn't great, but that Fastlane match with Danielson in 2021 was fucking phenomenal.
That was
the triple threat WrestleMania main event with Edge and Bryan Danielson was an absolute masterclass as well. The SummerSlam match with John Cena, the Hell in a Cell with Jey Uso. There's so much. Even when the reign did get a little bad or a little stale, there was still a lot of great matches in there, man. There was still a lot of fucking great matches. Yeah. Jey Uso's wanting to become that guy, and he's moving like that in the ring. The story is he wants to be like Roman Reigns, and we're using the word sluggish on commentary because Jey Uso is fucking moping around like a walker out of the Walking Dead Telltale series.
Bro, looks like in Dying Light, don't progress in the game. Sorry, guys. Looks like in Dying Light when you smack one of them and they fucking do that thing where they wobble fucking 3 feet away.
Yep.
That's literally how he looked the whole match. He literally looked like he was just fucking falling through that whole fucking match, dude. I don't know what that was, bro.
You mean to tell me you didn't think at all, maybe if we turn this to a triple threat and threw LA Knight in there, it would take the workload off of these two?
Because CM Punk's great. He's great in his old age. For a man his age, he can go. But he needs to go with someone that can go. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He needs someone to actually have energy in that ring that he could go off of and work with. Jey Uso is quite literally the exact opposite of that. But LA Knight, he's energetic. He's hitting his moves. He's doing his yaz. It's great. He's a great fucking wrestler, man. He's very great on the spot, too.
Mm-hmm.
So is CM Punk. And Jey Uso can be, too. It would have been such a better result, like you said, if you made this a triple threat match. Such a better, not only story, but in-ring result, too.
It would have 100%, man. It absolutely would have. And again, to me, I don't know, again, why you didn't just go Punk in LA. Maybe if WWE's smart, they capitalize and do that for Survivor Series. However, I think Punk and LA Knight are going to end up on the same War Games team.
I think they are.
So maybe we can see Punk and LA at the next Saturday night's main event as a John Cena undercard match, but this should have been here.
Mm-hmm.
And at the very least, this should have been a triple threat match because of what happened tonight. Punk can obviously still go in his old age. I'm not questioning his ability to wrestle. You know, I think it's absolutely still there. Like Sir K said, he needs to be in there with somebody who is not sluggish.
Who has energy.
Drew McIntyre's a little older. He can still go. You know, Drew McIntyre's not 20 years old anymore, but he can still go. He can still move around. LA Knight, again, another guy, not 20 years old anymore, but he can still go. He can move around. He's a fucking he's an underrated wrestler in my opinion. I don't think people give him enough credit. And then you have this guy, Jey Uso, who is the living embodiment of sluggish. Again, I don't know if he's got something going on personally to the point. I don't know if the pressure is getting to him of being in these top spots, but clearly something ain't clicking.
Yeah, something's not.
Something ain't clicking. And this was not clicking tonight. Because again, he just came off as very sluggish to me. And it served Punk no good. It served Punk no good. The match, up until the very end where things kind of started to flow because they were getting into the ending, I actually think they fell into a very happy accident at the end of the match. But this match, I don't fucking understand how you can look at that shit and say, maybe LA's the better option for the match because, well, Paul, if you look at this, if you want to look at this through your, genius Martin Scorsese lens, maybe Jey Uso versus Punk isn't the best idea because, Paul, Jey Uso doesn't really have the best singles track record.
No, he doesn't. So maybe you get a guy who actually has a very great singles track record, an underrated singles track record to boost the energy and dynamic of this match up. That would be a great idea. and dude, him and specifically LA Knight and CM Punk have great chemistry.
They do.
On screen, in the ring, they have great chemistry. And they could have, and I even like LA Knight's chemistry with Uso to an extent. I think in a triple threat setting, it would have been actually really good and interesting. I think a triple threat would have actually been really good in this scenario, and you didn't get the triple threat. We got a one-on-one with the most sluggish motherfucker in the ring and a man who's great, but who needs an energy to be matched with. And Jey Uso doesn't have that energy. It didn't click. You're plugging two female outlets into each other, and they're just bumping each other. There's nothing plugging in there. There's no lights turning on with that shit. You need something to plug in. These two just don't plug in with each other. I'm sorry. And I think it was very obvious even before this match that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know what you expected here. I don't know what you expected. I expected this.
You blatantly started a fire and fucking belly flopped right into it.
You were sitting there shocked as hell when you threw the match in the pit and it lit on fire. You were shocked at that somehow. How do you light a fire and be shocked by it? I don't get it. What did you expect from this match?
CM Punk hit a GTS to Jey Uso early on in the match, and Jey Uso fell out of the ring before CM Punk could cover him. He then grabbed water from the timekeeper's area. He grabbed a bottle of water and dumped it on Jey Uso's head. I was very confused when this was happening because I'm like, why is Punk going to the timekeeper's area?
Is he grabbing a weapon? Is he giving up?
Yeah.
And then I saw the water. I was like, does he need water right now? And he didn't.
Yeah, I'm legitimately like kind of shocked. I'm like, is this guy fucking taking a water break?
Is he the Rock right now? No way, he's Rock status right now, and he's not. Thankfully,
his heel ups.
Fucking Rock, dude. Oh, I love the Rock. I hate him, but I love him.
Oh, he's the GOAT, dude. He's the GOAT. This man had heel ups
around the fucking ring.
This guy had water strategically placed around the ring at his disposal. However, he splashes the water right on the back of Jey Uso's head. I'm trying to figure out, was he telling Jey Uso to like wake the fuck up or what? Was he trying to fire him up? Because before this, again, I apologize if I'm maybe, turning a situation that might be nothing into something. But it kind of looked to me like he was. Why else would you do that? It was almost like he was trying to tell him, dude, can you wake up and go?
That's literally what you would read that as. At least to me, is like you did it to wake him up, to be like, wake the fuck up. That's a metaphor for wake the. Because earlier, was it before or after this that Jey Uso fucked up that neck breaker?
Yes.
And then CM Punk instantly just got up and started kicking him in the head. And that was the most what are you doing? Frustrated kicks in the head.
Jey Uso goes to take CM Punk's swing around, tilt-a-whirl neck breaker thing. And, your neck breaker, it's a back bump. Jey Uso, commentary worded this as an overroll. And Jey Uso landed on his face.
Man, instead of just going backwards and kind of twisting to your left a little bit, bro does a full turnaround, drives his forehead into the mat. And then
the fuck?
Then Punk just gets up and kicks him in the head out of what looked like frustration of the most you fucking idiot kick in the head. Because what are you doing, bro? What was going on with Jay tonight, bro? Was he dizzy? Did he have a migraine? What was going on here, bro? Did he need a Tylenol? What did he need, bro? Did you need a Tylenol, bro? You could have just asked somebody. What's going on, bro? What was this?
What the fuck, dude?
Where were you at? Were you mentally wherever Triple H was? Was that the case here? He wasn't there. I don't think you were there.
Jey Uso gets in the ring, and to show his everlasting determination to become the next Roman Reigns and win the World Championship after he just got water splashed in his face and a 40-something-year-old CM Punk telling your ass to wake the fuck up and work, he starts doing his fucking hand wave and giving him uppercuts. He then hits him with a spear and a splash for an ear fall. I think somebody reset his I think somebody went into his PlayStation settings and resetted.
Okay. You know that scene?
His 2K app, which then resetted his moveset, and he all his unlockables he unlocked for all the different moves he had, he lost them.
They're gone, dude. He's that part in Toy Story 3 where they factory reset Buzz to make him speak English again, and he's back to that original first movie version of himself, where he doesn't know what's going on. That's what happened to Jey Uso. Maybe right before Gorilla. Maybe he pulled a Goldberg, hit his head, and he's not thinking fucking straight, man. I don't know what he's thinking about. I have no clue what that man's thinking about. And he wasn't thinking about the match or something, whatever was going on.
Jay Jay and Punk trade off offense a little bit more. CM Punk goes on the outside for one reason or another, and Jay Uso does a splat, or not a splash, a dive onto Punk on the outside. He then throws Punk over by the timekeeper barricade and spears him through the timekeeper barricade. Wow.
Wow, how original.
Yeah. Not like, we see that every week on Monday Night Raw with Braun Breaker, but I digress.
Or every pay-per-view he's at.
Seriously. Jay gets Punk in the ring and goes for a splash. Punk gets the knees up, hits a GTS on Uso for a near fall. He gets Jay Uso up, but Jay Uso quickly counters it into a GTS of his own. Looked horrible. And speaking of horrible, Jay Uso hits the ropes to hit CM Punk with a spear. CM Punk hits one of the absolute worst fucking spears I've ever seen in my entire life. That was atrocious.
Bro fucking jumped past him and graced him with his shoulder. That was horrible, Punk. Like, I love you, dog, but don't do a spear. Yeah. You aren't built for the spear, bro. Respectfully.
No. CM Punk goes for the spot where he hits Jay Uso with a GTS, which he connects with the first one. Punk then drops to his knees. Jay hits the ropes and bounces right back on Punk's shoulders. And at this point, this is the happy accident I was talking about, because if this match would have ended here, it would have been a lot worse. However, CM Punk gets to his feet. He gets to his feet and stumbles back
and drops him.
And what I will give Jay Uso, he legitimately falls on his ass, and I can't even blame Punk because he's trying to carry this bum to a great match, and he's failing miserably. And Jay Uso, again, Punk falls on his ass. Jay lands on his feet and immediately, and I will say pretty nicely, rolls this into a sleeper where it looks, doable. Mm-hmm. CM Punk quickly gets out of it, and this is how you could tell this part was never planned. He quickly got out of the sleeper, puts Jay in the Anaconda Vice, and Jay quickly gets out of that. He then super kicks Punk. He goes for a spear, but Punk kicks him in the face, hits him with a GTS, and they legitimately ran the same spot over. He hits him with a GTS, and Jay Uso falls. But Punk this time got to his feet before.
He didn't fall on his ass.
He didn't fall on his ass again. He got on his feet so he can stay planted as Jay Uso, rebounded back onto his shoulders. And he hit him. He delivered a second GTS. And CM Punk won the match and was crowned the brand new World Heavyweight Champion in a match where I will say the accident of them falling and turning it into the 2 submissions, and then Jay Uso looked like he was going to regain offense again, but CM Punk stopped, hits him with the 2 GTSs. I don't like how they immediately went right back to the whole rebound off the rope spot. I think, dude, you fell on your ass. Just cut it. Now you just got to beat him with 1 GTS because now it looks like a spot that you're trying to pull off. Now it looked overly choreographed. Like, oh, we have to hit that spot. At that point, you failed at it the first time. I didn't see a point for Jay Uso to rebound off the ropes and fall onto your arms again for the second time in the same match. That spot's kind of irritating at this point anyways. However, it is what it is. Again, I think the accident of Punk falling on his ass, like I said, in the 2 submissions, I did like that sequence. It did add a level of unpredictability for just a split second, just out of fear of Triple H putting the world title back on Jay Uso.
It did.
So I liked it. I think it made it a little bit better. But this match overall, man, was pretty it was pretty bad. I can't lie. It was sluggish. It looked like CM Punk was trying to carry Jey Uso to a good match. Again, commentary even used the word sluggish, or I think they even used the term not awake. At one point in the match, I think they said Jey Uso looked, not awake, was what it was. That is absolutely, for the character that you're trying to portray on television. If you're going to wrestle like that, you might as well just stay your ass inside, bro. You might as well just go home, because, I mean, it's just, for the character you're trying to portray as being the next Roman Reigns, you're so power hungry, you want to be like Roman Reigns and take his advice, and you go out there and perform like that. That is everything that Roman Reigns was not when he was the world heavyweight champion, man. Was fucking sluggish in the ring. So I definitely think there's room for improvement there, and that was something that I think personally was just unacceptable, man. I wasn't really rocking with that at all. And yeah, that's what the match came off as to me. It just came off like CM Punk was trying to carry Jey Uso to a good match, which at this point has got to be some unsurmountable task.
It's a very tough task to do, and that's what CM Punk was trying to do here, and it was very obvious. You could see the frustration on Punk. You kind of feel it off commentary too. You could feel a lot of frustration towards Jey Uso in that main event from every angle. So I hope everything's good with that. I hope Jey Uso's good. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
He just doesn't look like he's here in the present right now, and hopefully that's nothing serious, man. But match was very sluggish. Don't know what you expected. Booking Jey Uso and CM Punk one-on-one. We told you, make it a triple threat. Make it LA Knight. Put LA Knight in this match. Do something. It would have been a better result. It would have. You had your good moments in there. It was funny seeing the frustration on CM Punk with Jey Uso. And, some of those accidental spots were very funny. But it was just an unfortunate match to one where I also expected it to be unfortunate, and I don't know how you didn't expect it to be unfortunate. So I don't know what you expected here, and we got what I expected, man. Even a little sloppier than I expected, to be honest. I expected more of just a boring Jey Uso repeat during the whole fucking match. And we really got like a sluggish goddamn match, man. So it's very unfortunate. I am happy for CM Punk. Happy he got his win. Very curious to see what they do on Raw. I'm sure LA Knight is going to be his first feud. I would assume from everything going on that would be his first feud. So very interested to see how that goes. I do like their chemistry a lot. I'm very interested to see where Jey Uso goes from here with the whole Jimmy stuff. I wonder if Jimmy is going to be in a more of I told you so attitude, or if Roman's going to come back and be disappointed in Jey, and maybe that's going to get Jey to be even worse now and act out even more. You got a lot you could do there. Either way, I am interested in both guys' paths moving forward here. They are probably individually the most interesting pieces on Raw, if you don't count Bayley and Lyra. So I'm very interested where they go from here. I'm happy for Punk. Happy he's world heavyweight champion, man. Very interested to see where everything goes from here, man. I am.
Unfortunately, as much as I would love to see Punk's first feud be LA Knight, I feel they're going to go into something with the Vision.
War Games first. Yeah, my bad. It's going to be LA Knight, and they're going to be on the same team. They're going to argue. They're going to bicker. And after War Games is when they're going to do their feud. So I forgot about War Games, but so did WWE. So it's okay.
So, yeah, I think another thing I'm kind of feeling is it kind of sucks that Punk had to win his first real world championship this way.
Yeah.
It just felt like an underwhelming night. It felt like this match, for CM Punk to win the world championship for the first time, and actually, not get cashed in on. It felt like the match should have been better. It felt like the night should have been grander. It felt like it shouldn't have been on a Saturday night's main event. That's just... That's just what it felt like to me. Again, it felt like it just should have been on a bigger stage. So that kind of does suck for Punk's case. However, still glad he won the championship nonetheless, and I'm still very glad it was not Jey Uso, because this would have been a completely different looking review if Jey Uso walked out of here with that World Heavyweight Championship. But yeah, as for Jey, I remember hearing Rikishi was kind of talking about this around WrestleMania season, but he was talking about how he's seen Jay and he looked exhausted, and how, he was talking about how he wasn't sure if the pressure was getting to Jay, um, of being in a top spot. I don't know if that's what it is, but if that is what it is, just put him back in the tag team with his brother. If it's
Yeah.
affecting him that much, it gets to a point where that's just not healthy.
No.
That's just not, why are you keeping this guy in this spot, and he is not comfortable, and can, not take the pressure of being in this top spot that bad. To me, it's just, it's just common sense. He works better in a tag team, and if he's seriously having problems, and I'm not saying that's what it is, it could be something completely not
Yeah.
related, but if it is seriously the pressure, and he just feels like he can't perform in the pressure of these, main event spots, then you got to take him out, man. Because, I mean, that's ridiculous. For commentary to be using terms like sluggish and not awake, come on, dude.
It's not good, dude. I really hope, something isn't going on, but if so, if it's affecting him that much, like you said, put him back in that tag team division. He was great in there. He really was. Usos are one of second greatest tag team of all time, in my opinion, but second is still second greatest tag team of all time. And he can go in that scenario, man.
100%. 100%, man. So that was that. That was Saturday night's main event. CM Punk is officially the World Heavyweight Champion, man, as yeah, that was that, and yeah, that was a Saturday night's main event show, and I hope you guys can all see why we don't review Saturday night's main event, man, because these shows are just very boring, as we seen tonight, man. Very boring, very useless, very pointless, very atrocious, very it just sucks. Okay, there's no other way to put it. Yeah, these shows just suck. But yeah, man, that is everything regarding Saturday night's main event. And for as much as I would never like to review one of these ever again, because they're the most useless shows on the planet,
Yeah, one more. At least one more.
we got at least one more, man, because the next one is the last time. It is the John Cena farewell match, and the next one's gonna be the hardest one. So that is everything. Crazy, bro. We are about a little over a month away from the last time.
I think yesterday I saw a post that it was 44 days left, so I think right now it'd be 43 days left before John Cena's retirement, I think.
Man.
And damn, crazy, man. Next time you see the Saturday Night's Main Event logo, it'll be the gold one, probably, because I think that's the one they're using.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be for the GOAT, John Cena, man. It's gonna be the last time. The last John Cena NHP will be now. And it's gonna be sad, man. The tears will be now. That's what will be now. So, man, it's exciting and it's dreadful and in like the best ways possible, So I'm very excited, but sad about being excited.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And that is everything for your Saturday night's main event, Salt Lake City, Utah. God.
That's what Saturday Night's Main Event does to you, man.
Saturday night's bore event. Saturday night's snore event.
I like that.
Yeah, Saturday NyQuil main event. Is what the show needs to be called. However, that is going to do it for everything here today. We want to thank you guys so very much for joining us here today. JT, Logan, Sharp, thank you guys so very much for joining us here today for another edition of your WWE post-show reviews. The next time you can catch us for a post-show review is in about 2 or 3 short weeks here, where we bring to you guys on November 22nd AEW's Full Gear post-show review. So hopefully they put together a good card for that show. We already know a little bit of it. Should be okay.
It's AEW matches, but they're gonna be good.
I'll really have to wait and see what they put together for Mox and Darby before I kind of gauge how good it's going to be. But we'll be here nonetheless for it. And like I said, that is in about 2 to 3 short weeks, however long it is on the 22nd, man. So with that being said, that'll be the next time you can catch us for a pay-per-view post-show review. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today. And with that, it has been always a pleasure for my Johnny.
And I, Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of Notorious Heels, man. Thank you guys so very much. This has been your Saturday night's main event Salt Lake City post-show review. Thank you guys so very much. We love you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you all on Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central with NHP Unscripted.
Peace.